Alright. I always say that. I guess that's my thing. Maybe I'll just make an intro for my videos that is just a big, colorful, alright. It'll come in and you just see this big thing saying, alright. And then I'll do a voiceover of me saying, alright. And then it'll cut to me and I'll be like, alright. Anyhow. Good morning. Should be able to see me, right? Sure. How's it going for you? It's snowy for me. Climbing a mountain, and you might be able to see all the snow. I don't know if you can see out that window much or not. There's a big hillside covered in snow right there. I actually didn't go over Mount Hood. I probably should have. I looked at everything last night. The roads are clear. There was snow on the sides, but the roads were clear, just wet asphalt. And it wasn't supposed to rain or snow or anything until, the possibility didn't even start until 6 or 7 this morning, so I would have already been over Hood and gone. But really, I was like, looked at all my options, which was go east on 84 and then drop south going around Hood that way, go over Hood, or go south on I-5 to Salem and then cut east going under Hood, basically. I've gone over Hood a lot. I've gone east and on 84 and dropped down on the other side of Hood a lot. I've never gone to Bend going through Salem, so I was like, well, I'll give that a shot, just to see what it's like. I'll go south to Salem and then cut over east going under Hood. Here I am on top of a mountain with far more snow than what looking at the cameras on Mount Hood showed. There's a bunch of ODOT cameras going over Hood. Well, there's ODOT cameras all over various spots in Oregon where you can look at the road conditions. It's totally clear on Hood. Like I said, as of last night, I didn't even look at these roads because I didn't decide to go this way until this morning. I was like, well, everything's clear, so I should be fine no matter which way I go, so I'll just go try a new way, right? I should have just went over Hood, because now I'm in the snow. It's, chains aren't required, so that's good. I don't have to, spend a bunch of time chaining or anything. But still have to go slow, or slower anyways, because I don't know how slick it is. Actually, now I just kind of, there's still snow all around me, but as far as the road, it just kind of disappeared. I'm on, well, that side looks like it has snow. This side is, I don't know if it's concrete or asphalt, it's hard to tell. But, now I'm going down the hill, which I want to go even slower going down than when I was going up. Now I'm back into the snow. So it can't decide whether it wants to be snowy road or not. A couple trucks pulled over. I was looking to see if they had chains on. Neither one of them did. That was basically a brake check area for making sure your brakes are adjusted before you start down. That's especially important when it's snowy like this, or possibly slick, because you don't want to be using your jakes when it's slick, because if you just let off the gas, your jakes kick in, you could just be done, because it basically, if it's slick, it'll just lock up your drive tires. So yeah, I just put it in a lower gear and kind of roll down. I'm doing like 30 miles an hour, just rolling. Yeah, losing time now. I was, my GPS tells me my ETA of when I should get to my destination. I've been making up time like the whole way down there, making up time, and I've lost it all. Oh well. So anyhow, I keep on rolling in the snow. So, still rolling in the snow. Dispatch got a hold of me last night and said they have a backhaul for me from down here, which is, I don't think I have ever brought freight back. When I've taken a load to Bend, I've always deadheaded back. There's never like any freight coming out of this area. So it was a little strange. But I've got a backhaul. I've got to try to get unloaded as quickly as possible because I'm probably already going to be late to pick up my backhaul, just because I think the time they requested a truck to get there to pick up is between 7 and 9, and I can't even, the place I'm delivering doesn't even start receiving until 8, so, and then I got to get there, get untied, which I should be there by 8, and then, get untied. They've got to get me unloaded. Then I've got to drive to Prineville. I haven't even looked. I'm not sure how far that is from Bend. It's not super far. But I've got to drive to Prineville, which is where I reload. I don't think there's really much chance of me making it there by 9. But hopefully I won't be too much after 9. They're just going to have to wait either way. There's no other, I don't think there's any other trucks out this way, so it's not like somebody else can go get it. And there's other trucks, it's not for our company. So anyhow, that's pretty cool because now this day, loads going to Bend usually pay fairly well because they know you're going to have to deadhead back. So round trip wise, it doesn't pay super great, but for like the one way, it pays really well. So then the load coming back pays better. So it'll end up being actually a pretty good day. By the end of the day, getting both of those loads. So yeah. Well, that's been an interesting one. If you watched today's Trucker's View video, you can see I've been in snow most of the morning, ever since I got to when I was recording first thing this morning, and I was just coming into snow, basically. Snow all the way to my delivery, really snowy at my delivery. Now I'm heading over to my pickup, still snow everywhere. So, nice snowy day. So, I was able to go look at a truck last night. I talked about it in yesterday's video, but I haven't finished editing that yet, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave any of that in or not, because I had an hour of talking on there, so a lot of stuff's gonna get cut out. But I was able to go look at it. We were talking about financing options and whatnot. I'm leaning towards getting it, I think. It's a tough decision. It's, my Colorado's paid for. I own it outright. I have the title. It's only got 60,000 miles. It's a nice little truck. It's not the ultimate practicality for what I, need. But it's a good little truck. So to trade that in and take on a semi-large car payment, or truck payment, I guess, for a truck is, a big decision. I'd prefer to not debt at all. But this is the world we live in, I guess. That's not an excuse. That's not a good excuse. I could save up and pay cash for one, but you know, it'd take me a couple of years, and all the while I'm driving something that my whole family won't fit in. It won't meet our needs as far as pulling an RV for, you know, all the cheer competitions, and, you know, camping, and it would be nice to have. I don't need it by any means. So that's probably the hard part for me is, you know, yeah, do I do it or not? Really, I mean, the size of the payment's not terrible. The payment itself should be really no problem. So it's really not about that. It's having a payment at all. I mean, we have a payment on my wife's van. I have a payment on my motorcycle, although that's almost paid off. So really, I could pay off the motorcycle anytime. There's so little left on the loan. But you know, it's definitely not hurting my credit any, like, to continue just making these payments. I'm paying more in interest by not just paying it off, of course. But I don't know. So anyways, got decisions to make today as far as that goes. I guess I don't have to make it today, but it's an 04, so not anything super new. Silverado 2500 HD with the Duramax diesel, crew cab, short bed, leather interior, which is important to the kids. It's got a TV and DVD player in the ceiling for the kids in the back, which is important. And it's loaded. It's got power, everything, heated seats, all of it. So it's got like a 4-inch lift. 20-inch wheels with like 35s or something. I mean, just a standard truck. It's not anything over the top by any means. It's got low miles. It's like 120,000 miles. So for an 11-year-old diesel, that's pretty low. So I don't know. That's what's on my mind today, though. That and not sliding around in the snow. It's raining now, and it seems like it's just rain. So maybe it's above freezing. I don't know. The thermometer thing in my truck says it's 109 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's not doing me any good. Anyhow, I'm going to carry on in these snowy conditions, and maybe I'll have something to talk about now. So I just turned on the radio for a few minutes to find a somewhat local channel, listening to the news, and it sounds like it is 21 degrees. What was that? Huh. Sounds like it's 21 degrees. I think there's a semi up a ways ahead of me. It's either got stuff falling off his truck or just hit something and ran it over, because bunch of something just flew off, like, kind of right on the side of the road. I wanted to make sure I wasn't about to drive through anything crazy. Anyways, it says it's 21 degrees in Bend, so that rain that's falling, it must be warm, not too far up, because it's falling as rain. Hitting my windshield as rain. So it's not having time to freeze before it hits the ground, but it must be freezing rain. It's freezing as soon as it gets down here, I'm sure, on the ground. My windshield's warm, I'm sure. Although it's kind of icy over on the corner of my windshield. So, I don't know. Anyhow, I just figured I would share. It's only 21 degrees here, if you care. Just like yesterday's. I'm sure it's colder, maybe, where you're at, or depending on who you are and where you are. I don't care. 21 degrees is still cold. So I don't want to hear about how that's not cold. Yes, it is. If you have a problem with waiting around, don't become a truck driver. So I got to where I'm picking up in Prineville to the address I was given to find out that's their office. I need to pick up the job site. Of course, I wasn't told that. I don't know Obviously, dispatch wasn't told that because she would have told me that. She's, it's not in their best interest to have me out wasting time. So they give me directions to get to the job site. So I drive over to the job site. It's not too far away. It's a big data farm for Apple. Go to the guard check in, and he's like, "Oh, your company's not on the list of approved for access, and neither is your name. So I'm gonna need to get a hold of Apple to get permission to let you in the site." Okay, do what you gotta do. So I sit there at the guard check for an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Just waiting. Finally, he gets permission to let me in, so I get this fancy little bracelet. So I call my contact on the site. Lunch just started. All the guys just left for lunch. So, of course, why wouldn't they have just gone to lunch? So whatever. So I'm sitting here. I came in the gate a little ways and pulled off to the side. He said he'd have one of his guys grab me as they come back from lunch, which should be here in just a couple minutes. I think he said they take lunch from like 11 to 11:30. It's 11:28. So hopefully somebody will be coming by here any minute to grab me and lead me into where they want to load me. So, anyways, I just figured I'd give you an update on the waiting. There's always waiting. Always waiting. Hate waiting. Oh, well. What can you do? At least I'm making good money today. So I need to focus on what I'm thankful for and not what's annoying in the job. So there's definitely more to be thankful for than that. The things there are to be thankful for definitely offsets the annoyance of having to wait. So, anyhow, that's all. Still snowy. I guess it wasn't all. Now it's all.